My name's TJ. Oh, my name's TJ here with Student News, and I'm here joined by.
Carmen.
He's going to be speaking at the graduation ceremony for the seniors and all that. And I just wanted to get more in depth. Who are you? You know what I mean? So if you'd like to tell everybody else who you are and what you do.
In the morning, I host at 92.3 The Fan, and I do the morning show from 6 to 10. And then in the evening, I work over at Fox 8. I do the 5 and 6 o'clock sports over at Fox 8, and that's during the week. And then during the football season, I also work for the Browns radio network. I host their shows on Wednesdays, which is called the Preview Show, and I host their pregame show on Sundays. And we do draft coverage and all the other coverage that comes with it as well, online content and things like that.
And I've heard your stuff before. I really like it.
Oh, I'm glad somebody does.
Yeah, as a big football person myself. Now, what advice would you give high school students preparing for the future?
Well, it's interesting because it's going in a couple of different directions. There's a lot of big deals being made about AI, things like that. If you're talking about, are you talking in broadcasting or are you talking in general?
Just in general.
Well, I think in general, I like this generation better than my own generation, and maybe it's because I'm trying to hold on to my youth, but I think that my generation has been. I think my generation has been put down by the previous generation, and so I think that you have millennials and Gen Z and younger people who have to really reinvent themselves to reinvent the economy, do things differently. In my generation, it was forced upon us. You have to go to college. You have to go to college. You have to go to college, and which is fine if you're going to have those pursuits. There's nothing wrong with college, but I also think that your generation and maybe some a little bit older are wising up to, hey, it doesn't always have to be that way. There's skilled labor that's involved, and it's really finding things that you like to do as compared to where it was because things change. My dad worked the same job for 41 years. His dad worked basically the same job for 40 years. It's not like that anymore. So a lot of people have to do a lot of different things, and I think that your guys' generation is probably the most versatile of all those. I'm just hoping that someday, because you're 17, okay, so I am old enough to be your father, and I just hope my generation doesn't hold a grudge to yours the way that the previous generations have always kind of looked down upon the generation after them. That's the biggest challenge, I would say.
Yeah, that was very heartfelt. I took a lot of that
Thank
actually.
you.
What message do you hope students take away from your graduation speech?
Well, one of the things that I need to make sure, I want to make it quick. I don't want to keep everybody around too long because once you start talking too long, you start talking about yourself, and it ain't about me, it's about the students. Um, I want them to have a sense of, it's almost the same thing I just said. We're in a city here that as the seniors will go around their travels, there's a lot of jokes that are made about the city, and that starts generations before us. That starts with a guy, Johnny Carson, who hosted a late night show years and years and years ago, certainly before even me. Um, I think that what I want the kids to take away is that this is a city where if I can speak about myself, my dreams have come true. I'm from Canton, Ohio. My grandfather looked at this city as if it was Paris, France. My grandfather didn't graduate high school. So to be one generation removed from my dad in between that and to go to college and to be able to do what I do, to be able to do what I want in this city, you can't put down Cleveland, Ohio, when I'm a living proof that dreams do come true here. And what I want everybody to know is when we talk about young people, we have to understand that it's such an overused phrase. The children are our future. I think people say, and they don't even know what it means. It's that this is the voting block, this is the economy, and these are people that I think I see young people do so many things that I did not expect to have to do because there were so many things just laid out for me growing up. Kids today have it different. I think they have it harder. So I think for them, I want to be surprised and love what kids are doing, and then someday, I want to be taken care of by them, and and be taken care of by them right here in Cleveland. And if that, and for the young kids, if they got to go somewhere else to do it, they got to go somewhere else to do it. That's fine. But I do think that good things still happen here and still happen with this generation of people right here in this city and in this area.
Yes, definitely. I feel like if we pour more into the youth right now, it would be a better economy that we live in right now.
And that's part of the I think part of the generations that are before you guys. I think there's a lot of selfishness that
Mhm.
happens,
Yeah.
and I think that your generation. I'm not just saying that because we're on camera. I think that you guys think of each other a lot more and kind of think about what legacies you'll leave behind.
Mhm. That was great.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyways, that was it. I was TJ with Rose Through the News.